Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from.
Hey, what's going down, sports fans, hustlers, gamblers, cappers, all around the world? It's your boy, Marley Bets, with another live video for brothers and bets. And we finally made it, God damn it. We are here. NFL Week 1. As always, man, when I'm breaking down football and most other sports, I got my partner with me from the Raw Word Sports Podcast. That is Mr. LJ from Houston. LJ, what is going down with you, sir?
What's going on, buddy? Let's dive in, man. Finally finna talk some pigskin, brother. Let's do it.
Yeah, man, that's what we've been waiting for. So, we got a game tomorrow. So let's dive right into it. We got a lot of games to get through. Not enough time in the world to break them all down. So let's get going, man. So the first game we gonna bust down today is obviously the Thursday night game. We got the Cowboys going on the road to take on the Super Bowl defending champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady in the bunch. The line opened up at the Bucks -8. I think it's gone up half a point to 8.5. Actually, the total is at 52. A couple factual for Dallas. Cowboys, they're 5-11 in their last 16 games, 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games, 2-9 straight up in their last 11 games on the road, 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games against an opponent in the in the NFC, and 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games played in the month of September. The total, it's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games against an opponent from the NFC, and over in 5 of the last 7 games in general. Tampa, their actual factuals, they're 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games, 8-0 straight up in their last 8 games, 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games at home, 7-0 straight up in their last 7 games against an opponent from the NFC, 4-2 ATS in their last 6 games in September, and 4-10 straight up in the last 14 games played in week 1. Injury report: D. Lawrence back. It doesn't say how these people are out. They're just listed on the injury report. D. Lawrence is back. Oh, he's on the PUP list. Collins, he's questionable. Stinger, left tackle or tackle. Prescott, shoulder, obviously. He's probable. Pretty sure he's playing. Turner's on the IR. A bunch of guys on the IR there I'm not going to go through. Tampa, their injury report. Running back Giovanni Bernard, ankle is questionable. Riley Goodwin's quad, he's been upgraded to probable. Whitehead, the safety, downgraded to out. He's out for Tampa, the safety. Stanley's IR, Gill, IR, McLaurin, IR, Hutchinson, IR. All right, that's it for the injury report for the game. All right, LJ, Cowboys at Bucks. -8.5. It went up half a point. What you got for me, or do you have a play on this game?
Yeah, man, I got to play on every game, bro. This football.
Oh, all right, then. Well, hey, go on.
So we about to break it down. Sir. So first of all, let me ask the question: Are we doing the whole Sunday?
So I have pretty much all the games listed, with the exception of probably like 2 or 3 games. And those games are, I don't have like the Panthers and Jets game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't bother with Frisco and the Lions.
Okay.
And there may be one other game. The rest of the games I have on.
Okay, cool. Okay, with that being said, well, that line I guess moved up because Zach Martin has COVID.
I'm gonna assume so. I'm going to assume that it's probably going to move again tomorrow once, majority of bettors haven't made their bets yet. So I'm for sure, depending on how the money comes in the next couple days, the line is definitely going to move again, I'm sure.
Yeah, because I believe you have to test 3 times negative before you can play. And I think he has, they probably going to test him to try to make sure, see if he can get in there. So, with that being said, I'm taking Tampa Bay, of course. I mean, Dallas was probably one of the worst defenses last year, giving up almost 350 yards a game. So
Definitely one of the worst, if not the worst.
Yeah. Of course, Brady got all his weapons back. You know, they trying to go do a two-piece. So I don't see much happening on the Dallas side of the ball this game. Maybe, you know, they may make a player two to lighten the crowd, sight the crowd. But as far as controlling this game, Tampa Bay. And I'm going to take the 8. Is it 8? Yeah. I'm going to take the 8.
Well, I just checked. I got the lines up right now, actually. Since I do have – oh, nope. Still got 8. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm going to take the points because, like I said, Dallas, you know, they gave up 30 points 9 times last year. And Tampa Bay –
new defensive coordinator.
I mean, that don't matter. Not the first game. You know, we got to – it may make a difference throughout the season before it's trying to face the defending champions. First game, we still questionable if Dak is healthy. You know, he may not be 100%. You know, so it's too much uncertainty with the Cowboys and the Bucks. You know, they full squad. So, and it's in Tampa Bay. All that factors in, man. Tampa Bay.
Right.
You know. So yeah, that's my play. Tampa Bay minus the 8. Start off.
Let me ask
Thursday.
you this: do you think that because of all the Super Bowl hype ceremony, I think they're having the ring ceremony too, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
All the hype, do you think they'll be too hyped up? Too amped, maybe?
They may be so, but Dallas isn't the team that could catch them vulnerable like that. You know, I don't think that roster can match up to a team like Tampa Bay to even, you know, attempt to try to come out here and stun them, you know. They may get off to a slow start, but I think things are settled down. And because, you know, Tampa Bay defense is way better than Dallas's offense. So what you're going against, you have so much of an advantage to where I don't see the Cowboys doing anything to this team unless some catastrophic happens. Brady get hurt or something. Who knows? But other than that, Tampa Bay, man. Start off the season.
I got you. And for the most part, I agree with you. My main reason. So first off, I like Tampa. I'm going to take the first half though. I'm going to take the first half minus 4.5. And this is the reason why. Otis, what's going down? Otis Jones. The boy Otis say depends if Zeke shows up. Otis, I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna tell you why, Otis. Because I don't think no matter if Zeke shows up or not, that he's going to be successful at running the ball. And it's no knock on Zeke. It's actually just Tampa Bay had one of the best run defenses in the league last year. So even if Zeke is on his game, I don't think like Zeke's going to go crazy for 100+ yards. You know, I think he'll be lucky to get 100 with a good day. I think if he gets 100, you consider that a good day, even if he gets in the 90s, especially with this Tampa Bay defense. One thing I will say that Bowles in Dallas's favor is I like Dallas, their wide receivers. I think they have a great set of wide receivers. I think against this Tampa Bay defense, they'll see a lot of man coverage, which will give them a chance on the outside to maybe get some big plays because Tampa Bay is going to take that chance. Is it Bowles? Not Bowles. I can't think of the coordinator's name, but he's going to blitz. Like, he go send them. And those cornerbacks are going to be in man. So if Dallas can protect that long enough, they'll have opportunities. Now, will they connect on those opportunities? That's something all different to speak of. But they do got Amari Cooper, who's one of the best route runners, I think, in the game right now. And I do think CeeDee Lamb will make his presence felt this year. Will announce himself as one of the young, better receivers. However, with that being said, though, I haven't seen that for a goddamn ball in like a year.
Right.
And I know he got hurt with his ankle, not his shoulder, but now his shoulder's hurt. So I don't know what I'm going to get from that. I think it'll take time for him to warm up, if anything. So that's why I'm going to take that first half. I don't expect Brady to come out rusty. I don't expect Brady to come out overhyped. He's won Super Bowls before. This is nothing new. A Super Bowl ceremony is definitely nothing new for Mr. Tom Brady. And I don't think he's going to let those guys get overhyped or buy into himself. If I think, I can't say I know Tom Brady, but if Tom Brady's the person that everybody, media has hyped him up to be, he's going to have those guys telling those guys, look, that was last year. Everything we did was last year. It means nothing right now. So I agree with you. I don't think they'll be overhyped just because of Tom Brady. Like you said earlier, they got everybody on that defense pretty much coming back. The exact same defense. I think even if it takes them time to warm up, Dak hasn't thrown a fucking football in a meaningful game in over a year. So if anybody needs to warm up, I'm going to say it's the Cowboys. Like you said, one of the worst defenses in the league last year. I don't care who you get to come in as far as the coordinator. Will they improve? I mean, it's hard not to be better. So
for real,
I don't think they're going to go from – yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to go from bottom half to top 10. So, yeah, I like the Bucks here. I'm going to take the first half, though. I'm going to ride that energy wave. I think that crowd's going to be rocking after the ceremony. Everything's going to be jumping. Could be a blowout early here. So I'm going to ride that forward just in case that Dallas offense is capable of putting up points. I mean, we saw it last year. Offense was not necessarily their problem. They just couldn't fucking stop anybody. So just in case some kind of backdoor bullshit, I don't think it'll happen though. Honestly, I think this probably will be a blowout. But I'm gonna take the first half. I'm gonna try to ride that wave of momentum from the crowd. Cause you got to remember too, last year, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they had full capacity crowds at the game. I know some, if I remember correctly, I think some stadiums had some limit, but it wasn't full capacity. So it's gonna be the first time we get full capacity crowds in a year. I'm gonna ride the momentum. I'm gonna ride that stadium is gonna be rocking. Last time Tampa had a Super Bowl was 10 so years ago. So that stadium is gonna be rocking. Florida doesn't care about COVID, so that hole is gonna be packed to capacity. It's gonna be all kind of COVID swirling around in that building. So, but I like Tampa. I like first half. Anything else before we move on?
We can hit it.
All right, big dog. Let's keep it going then. Moving on. Interesting game, and we kind of talked about this on your show. Well, no, we did talk about this game on your show. And after thinking about it, I think I made a mistake and picked the wrong team.
And who would that be, sir? Oh, okay.
So we got the Steelers, Pittsburgh. They're going on the road to take on Jason Allen and the Buffalo Bills. The line opened up at -6.5. The total is at 40.5. Injury report for Pittsburgh. We got Watt is probable. He's holding out. His ankle is hurt, but I know he's holding out for his contract. I'm not going to name the IR people because they're on injury reserve. So we just got Watt and Tuitt. Oh, he's on IR. Just Watt. Everybody else is on IR.
This is well.
For Buffalo, we got DT Hester. His back. Fuck, he's on IR. Phillips, the D tackle, is out indefinitely. And everybody else seems to be healthy. A couple actual factual for Pittsburgh. They're 2-5 ATS in their last 7 games. 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games. 10-3 ATS in their last 13 games against Buffalo. 10-3 straight up in their last 13 games against Buffalo. They're 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games when playing on the road against Buffalo. 0-5 ATS in the last 5 games against an opponent from the AFC. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games played in the month of September. The total has gone over in 4 of Pittsburgh's last 5 games against an AFC opponent. Under in 14 of the last 20 games on the road, but over in 4 of the last 5 games, generally speaking. Pittsburgh at Buffalo -6.5. Total is at 48.5. What you got for me, LJ?
Ooh, I want to hear your spiel first.
All right, cool. I'll take this one. So yesterday or day before yesterday, when we did your show, we picked this division. Actually, we went through both of these divisions, and I said Pittsburgh was going to win this game. Basically because I think their I think their defense is definitely good enough to win this game. I think they do good on defense what Buffalo does good on offense, which is Buffalo wants to throw the ball. Pittsburgh's back end and their pass rush is pretty good. But after reevaluating everything, Buffalo being at home, I don't know what I'm going to get in Pittsburgh's offense. I mean, toward the end of the year, well, not even toward the end of the year, for the most part of the year, they were dinking and dunking a lot of their way through the games. I don't know if that's because Big Ben's old and he's hurt, but I know he lost 30 pounds, supposed to be in shape. So maybe they can push the ball, but it's their offensive line, which is the problem. And they let Villanueva go to Baltimore. So I don't think their offensive line got any better. Now, they did draft Najee Harris. Hopefully they can run the ball. If they can run the ball, they'll be a pretty good damn football team because we know they're going to play defense. But I don't know if they're going to be able to keep up with Buffalo. I don't know how long that defense is going to be able to keep that offense in check. Buffalo's offense is fucking good. Although they're one-dimensional, adding Emmanuel Sanders to Stephon Diggs, that's nice to me. I don't know what Emmanuel Sanders has left in the tank. I know he's not a number one, but he's an excellent number two when healthy, if healthy. And Stephon Diggs just blew the top off the defense last year. So they kind of worry me. However, LJ, I think this is way too many points. 6.5 against that defense. I'm going to take the Steelers plus the 6.5. I personally just think it's way too many points. I think Buffalo can win this game. They will be at home. That little small town in Buffalo is going to be fucking rocking. They got a taste of some playoffs last year. Finally know what it feels like to have a good team again. So I know that stadium is going to be jumping. There's going to be good weather in Buffalo early in the season. So I definitely like Buffalo probably to win the game outright. I don't know if they beat this Pittsburgh Steelers team by 6.5. I think that's too many points. I think it's kind of disrespectful to Mike Tomlin and Big Ben. So I like the Steelers plus the 6. I think Najee maybe can't give them a great running game, but I think he's going to give them a respectable running game. And that's really because the offensive line isn't that good. If they were better, I think Najee was a good pick, and I think he's a can't miss because he can run and catch the ball. He's strong and he's fast. So I think he'll give them a little bit more balance. I just think 6.5. I think a touchdown is too much for a Pittsburgh Steelers team, a good Pittsburgh Steelers team.
I mean, I agree with you. All the things you said, because it does depend on the Steelers' run game. They was worse than the NFL at the run, and until that changes, they're not going to have much of an offense because Big Ben is not the player that could throw the ball down the field anymore. You know, his arm is completely just dead for the most part. You know, he can dunk.
You think it's dead, or do you think it's because remember he had elbow surgery last year? So, he was coming off of elbow surgery last year. Mm-hmm. So now he lost 30 pounds, a whole complete year removed from the elbow surgery. Do you think he can stretch the ball now? Or do you think he's just old?
I just think he's old. And if they can limit his attempts, they make him get away with it. But they have to run the ball better. I don't know what Najee's going to do. I would have to see it. But the defense, Watt needs to be there, though, because he's the anchor.
Watt has to be there. If Watt's not there. So let me say this right now before this goes in. If Watt doesn't play, I'm off the game. Mm-hmm. If whatever Watt has going and he doesn't decide to hold out or whatever's going on, if Watt doesn't play, then I'm off that 6.5 because without that pass rush, if you're going to give Jason, I don't care how good anybody's secondary is, if they're going to have all day to throw the ball, any good quarterback will pick you apart. Can't cover forever. So, and as good as Michael Fitzpatrick and that defense is on the back end, if they don't have a pass rush, then and they signed somebody to go opposite of
Ingram. They signed Melvin Ingram, right?
Melvin Ingram. Okay, yeah. So I mean that together is going to be, I think, is going to be a formidable pass rush. But with no Watt, then no chance.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna take the points. Buffalo, they at home, they 9-1 straight up in their last 10. So I'm not gonna disrespect them like that and don't think they can, hold their home turf. But then all advantages are on the offensive side of Buffalo. They was first in red zone attempts, 4 a game. So out of those, you're gonna score twice and a field goal. I would think, if you get into the red zone 4 times a game, averaging.
You know what pissed me off about Buffalo, what they did or what they didn't do, what pissed me off about Buffalo? Why don't you go get you a running back, bro? Why not? If you don't draft a running back, why not go get a fucking running back? I don't know what they were ranked in run, but, their run offense fucking sucked. and you had one of the most prolific pass offenses in the league. Why not go get a Le'Veon Bell or Mark Ingram was available at one point. Kenya Drake from the Cardinals was available at one point. Philip Lindsay. I mean, you why go back with Moss and Singletary? You just did that, and like that's the one thing that y'all just imagine. Jason Allen with a play action. Oh my God! I mean, they carved up the league last year, knowing when everyone knew they were going to throw the ball and they can't run the ball. I don't understand. I think it was a failure by the GM or coach to not go and shore up the run game.
Maybe we'll see one this year. Who knows?
From the same guys that didn't do it last year?
Hey, maybe they'll shock you. But they got to fix their run game too, because they averaged like 104 a game and they gave up 123 yards on defense. So
Buffalo.
Yeah. So that you can run on them, but
that's my thing. I don't know if Pittsburgh. That's the key. Is Pittsburgh going to be able to run the ball? Right. Well, if they can run the ball, this 6.5 is gold to me. But if they can't run the ball, you're not going to be able to dink and dunk the whole game.
That's too much pressure on the defense to try to hold. Too much pressure.
Josh Allen and the Buffalo go stretch that defense. I just don't know. They'll get the stops. I think they'll get a stop, but I mean, it's like, how much can you count? I mean, you don't want to put, how much pressure are you going to put on your defense?
I agree. But like you say, we'll wait to see what happens with Watt.
Still week 1. Everything right now is a guess. We're still
these aren't official.
I mean, just starting out, man.
This ain't official
guessing right now. I recommend anybody too before we get going, man, because just like with college, week 1, it's week 1. Like, don't go so heavy. Week 1. Like, I'm not going all in on none of these games, y'all. Like, there's still a lot that we don't know. A lot of stuff we're basing off last year and what minimal looks we saw with the starters in the preseason, if they were going against other starters. Got to keep in mind what you saw in the preseason. It could have been 1s on 2s on the defensive side, or 2s on 2s, 2s on 3s, or 4s, whatever it may be. So like, we still need to wait a couple weeks before we start going super heavy. One advantage too is early is the bookies don't know neither, so they know just as they know just as much. But Vegas bookies, I'm sure they have insiders, so they probably know a lot more. That's for sure. So be easy, man. Be easy.
Be easy.
Unless you're watching live, I would think for all you big bettors out there, watch a little bit live and get a feel for how the game is going before you jump. That's what I would do. Anything else, I'm making, small bets, half unit. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of testing the waters out to see. It's week 1, baby. We got 18 weeks. Don't we got 18 weeks this year? 18 weeks. This year, they got a long way. They even gave us an extra game. We got a long way to go, people. It's all right. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be well above plus 500 this year. Like I'm trying to kill. I coincidentally saw, briefly off topic real quick, saw our college basketball records earlier because I was messing with the channel. We were like 60 and 30 something. So 30 games over 5. That's what I'm trying to be in the NFL. Yeah. Like 30 games up. You feel me? Let's keep it moving. Next game we got on our docket, we got the hometown team. I'm not going to say my team, the hometown team, because I don't know how I feel about these people yet. Still stopping. Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're going on the road to take on the Houston Texans. The line opened up at complete disrespect. Texans home dogs +3 at 45. The total was at 45.5. Injury report for Jacksonville. Marvin Jones Jr., receiver, he's shoulder. He's probable. Allen, the DN, he's been upgraded to probable. COVID-19. And Goodwin, 10. He's on IR. Trevor Lawrence, no. Houston. Roby's still on suspension. He's out. The kicker is out. Fairbaum, undisclosed injury. Watson, legal problems. Moore Jr., our safety, he's on IR. Moreland, cornerback, undisclosed. All right, that's it for the injury report. Actual facts for Jacksonville. They are 0-10 straight up in their last 10 games. 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games against Houston. 0-6 straight up in their last 6 games against Houston. 0-9 straight up in their last 9 games on the road. 1-6 straight up in their last 7 games when playing on the road in Houston. 3-7 ATS in their last 10 games against an opponent from the AFC. But 5-2 in their last ATS in their last 7 games against an opponent from the AFC South. The total has gone under in 4 of Jacksonville's last 6 games when playing as the favorite. The Texans, they're 0-5 straight up in their last 5 games. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games at home. 6-1 straight up in their last 7 games when playing at home against Jacksonville. 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games played in September. 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games played in week 1. The total has gone under in 10 of their last 15 games against an opponent from the AFC South, under in 4 of the last 6 games against an opponent from the AFC, and under in 5 of the last 6 games against Jacksonville. Jags at Houston, +3, totals at 45.5. What you got, LJ?
Bro. These two teams right here are a split image of each other right about now.
Kind of,
and it's just so unfortunate that we don't have our all-pro quarterback behind center. Because I will have high hopes this year for the Texans. Because
I wouldn't say high hopes, but
no, if we had Deshaun Watson, bro, we could have a chance to win this division if we had Deshaun Watson. Considering the schedule that we have, because if we could we went over the schedule. You just don't remember it. But I'm taking the fact that we don't have Deshaun Watson as a reason why I have us maybe winning 3 games. But if we had him,
he played the best ever, and we still only won 3 games.
I know, but he didn't have no defense. So
he still don't have a defense.
No, listen. All that said, bro. Both these teams are garbage, number one. They're bottom in every statistical category you can think of. And the only reason why the Texans was a little bit better than the Jags last year is because Deshaun Watson was number 1 passing in the league last year. 6.4 yards per play, first in the NFL. 375 yards a game. And it wasn't due to rushing because we only rushed 91 yards a game. We only had the ball 27 minutes a game last year. Like, what are you gonna do with having the ball 27 minutes? There's nothing you can do.
Win 3 games.
So, and the Jags, like, they ain't getting no better. I mean, they have a college quarterback coming out. And like I said, both these teams, new coach, new coordinators, like, both these teams have so much turnover that there is no way that we can bet this game. You would have to bet this game blind and just do a toss-up and pick whatever falls on. But consider all that said, I'm going to take the hometown team Texans plus the 3 because I feel that it's a different attitude on their defense. I think Lovie Smith is going to bring a different vibe. You know, he's going to have this team believing in themselves. And as long as the offense don't make mistakes, we could probably get away with some things if we could control the ball. Like, get the defense out there, get turnovers. That's the number 1 thing. We got to get turnovers. I'm going to start right there. If the defense can't get turnovers, I might as well not even talk about the team because it's going to start right there. Considering we had the worst team, one of the worst defenses in the league last year, if not the worst. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to have to get better right there. But far as this game, the Jacksonville Jaguars have lost 11 of 12 consecutive conference games. So I don't see them doing anything different that they've always done, even without Deshaun Watson. So I'm going to ride with the home team, Texas plus the 3. That's my play.
All right. I got you. Texans. Right there, then.
I mean, both these defenses gave up 30-plus points 9 times last year, Marley. 9 times your defense gave up 30-plus points. That's horrific.
I think they'll probably get close to that again. I haven't looked at the schedule, so I don't see too much improvement. I do. We'll see what Lovie Smith does. I still think it'll take a time. It's not going to take a season. So I think mistakes will be made just because it's a new defense. New players, a lot of new head coach, new quarterback, new running backs, a lot of new, and it's like you said, it's a mirror image. Same thing with the Jags, a lot of new quarterback, new running back, new head coach. Matter of fact, head coach never had any NFL experience ever.
Yep.
So does the quarterback, and that's the angle that I'm looking at right here. And that's the angle I'm going to take. I think it's completely disrespectful that the Texans are the fucking underdog at home against a rookie quarterback with a rookie head coach. If
both coming out of college. Both coming out of college.
There is no fucking way they should lose this game. I can't believe the disrespect. I mean, home field is supposed to be worth 3 points at least. So you're telling me on the neutral field that these teams are pick 'em?
Yeah.
Are you telling me these teams are even? Because if home field's worth 3 points, it takes them at home to get in the 3. I just don't. I guess that's right. I guess they could be a pick 'em. No, there's no way they should be a pick 'em. I mean, fucking Tyrod is a veteran quarterback with David Culley. At least he's been in the league umpteenth years. He hasn't been a head coach. Urban Meyer hasn't even fucking called one play outside of the preseason game. And they didn't even look good in the preseason except for against the Cowboys. And what the fuck does that say? So, yeah, I think the wrong team is favored. I'm on the Texans +3. I'm actually going to take the money line, to be honest with you. I'm going to sprinkle on that money line. I'm going to recommend the money line. I'm not going to take the +3. I'm going to have the nuts that I'm going to have stay with my convictions. And there is no way they should lose. I only have the Texans winning 3 or 4 games this season, but this has to be one of them. If they can't beat the Jags, if you can't split with the Jags, I mean, they're only going to get better on. So if you don't beat them now, I think it'll only be harder to beat them at home whenever they play them again. But it's his first start, and he's on the road, both coach and quarterback. New offense, new defense for both teams, but one coach is a rookie. He's never been in certain situations in the NFL. He's not at Florida and Ohio State where all his kids, he has the best kids at every position, better than the next kids. Not like that in the NFL. So I'm going to take the Texans. I'm not going to spend too long on this. I'm going to take the money line, man. There's no way they should lose this. If they lose this game, that 4-win season I might have them in might turn to about 2. Because it's going to be a struggle for a season. So I expect them to still be able to score. They could at least score last year. Hopefully that wasn't all Deshaun. It was at least a little
I think the +3 is telling you that it was all Deshaun. That's what
Vegas is saying.
That's what
definitely
I'm
what Vegas is saying. Well, I don't. If Tyrod gives them 21, 24, they should win this game. I just. It's hard for me to see a rookie quarterback coming in and just being that good off rip. I mean, even fucking Peyton Manning wasn't like that, bro. He struggled his first season. He revolutionized the game.
I'm telling you, the defense is going to have to get the ball takeaways.
I mean, yeah. Hey, hopefully so. I mean, I expect a rookie quarterback to be prone to turn the ball over from time to time. I expect Lovey to try to speed them up. That's what you do to rookie quarterbacks. Try to make them play faster than what the game is actually going. So, I mean, he's a Lovey. If you can't confuse a rookie quarterback, we got a long season ahead of us, sir. Or if you can't confuse a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach, I don't care how good he's supposed to be. He's still a rookie. So, I'll leave it. I shall leave it at that. All right. Let's keep it moving. one of your last year's teams. I don't know how you feel about them this year. I assume you're still on them. Talking about the Arizona Cardinals, they're going on the road to take on the Tennessee Titans. Line is at -3. The total is at 52. Injury report for Arizona. You got Watt. He's upgraded to probable. His hamstring. Rest of the guys are on ERs. Tennessee. Tannehill. He's probable. Quarantining. Brown has been upgraded to probable. He's playing receiver, and that's it. Couple of actual factors for Arizona. They're 2-7 ATS in their last 9 games. 2-5 straight up in their last 7 games. 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games against Tennessee. Oh wow. 4-2 straight up in their last 6 games against Tennessee. 4-2 straight up in their last 6 games when playing on the road against Tennessee. 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games against an opponent from the AFC. 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games against an opponent from the AFC. The total has gone under in 11 of their last 13 games played in September, under in 6 of the last 6 games played on the road, and under in 5 of the last 7 games, generally speaking. The Titans, they're 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games. 13-7 straight up in their last 20 games. 2-4 straight up in their last 6 games when playing at home against Arizona. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games against an opponent in the national NFC. 1-5 ATS in the last 6 games played in September, and 1-4 ATS in the last 5 games played in Week 1. The total has gone over in 6 of the last 7 games played against the NFC opponent, over in 11 of the last 15 games at home, and over in 7 of Tennessee's last 9 games. Arizona at Tennessee. What do you got? Who do you like?
My initial thoughts about this game is, what can we expect from Derrick Henry this year? I mean, I think he's been carrying the load for the past 2 years. He's won the rushing title the last 2 years? Or just off the top of your head, probably don't. It's probably,
I'd say he's been carrying the load last 3 years, but I don't know rushing title wise.
Okay. Well, he's had a lot of carries. So that equates to a lot of bodies being hit on you. So that's a lot of wear and tear, even though he is built like an ox. I just think over time that wear and tear catches up. And coming into this season, I just don't think they can depend on Derrick Henry like they've been trying to do, because Tannehill's very limited. We know that.
I think that's why they brought in Julio, right?
Yeah, but it may make a little difference, but at the same time, is Julio still that deep threat down the field that you can he go get it? Still, he may be still, he can stretch the field, but is he still got that athleticism, I feel, that could make a big play, break a play wide open or something. They do got Brown on the other end, so I'm not mad at the receiving corps. Yeah, I'm not mad at the receiving corps. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they can't, be a dependable team. I'm just considering the way their offense is built. It's a lot of ground and pound with Derrick Henry, so they try to get 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6, to try to wear the team down and control the clock. And I just think it's going to be different this year. And as far as Arizona, I like the additions they got. Their problem is that their third down conversions, they seem to not be able to convert third downs. And when they get in the red zone, they don't score touchdowns. They have to resort to field goals, which is limiting their points, on drives. But they made a key addition this year, in my opinion. They got Matt Prater, the field goal kicker, all-time leader in 50-plus field goals made. So that's going to add at least 6 points a game for them. Because if you get in field goal position, you could get to the 30-yard line, 35. He could kick a 50. Easy. See what I'm saying? So now you have somebody that you can depend on 3 points, even if your drive stalls out, So I think that's a good addition, but Kingsbury still got to show us, this Arsenal offensive guru that they said he was coming out of college. I still haven't seen it. So I think he's on the hot seat. This is his 3rd season. And, he's linked to Kyler Murray because he drafted him. So we're going to have to see.
You think he's on the hot seat?
Yeah. Yes, he is. This is third season. He's
I
going to
think
be
he's improved Arizona since he's gotten there. I think they've taken.
Well, the thing about
forward.
Arizona is unfortunate that they're in the division that they're in. You know, they got
Right.
3 teams.
They're the fucking stuff. Probably one of the definitely top 3 divisions in the NFL.
Yeah,
It's
and
not I think it might be the best division in the NFL this year. Considering,
and probably one of the highest IQs too, considering the coaches and the quarterbacks. You know, so I think they're just unfortunate they're in that. But
so that does that not
game,
play a? Go ahead.
I mean, that plays a role in their overall season. You know, I'm just sticking to this game for as the advantage that I feel they have in this game is their defense. You see what I'm saying? Because I think their defense can take the ball away, create turnovers on Tennessee, limit their possessions on the offensive side of the ball. And I think the additions of AJ Green, you got D-Hop, you know, but I need AJ Green. But I do need to see their running back. I need to see their run game because Kyler Murray cannot be your leading running back behind, you know, in the backfield and your quarterback. You know, you're gonna wear him out doing that. He's been doing that since
Edmonds
high
better
school.
Step up because they let go of Drake.
Well, whoever it is back there, gonna have to do it.
Chase Edmonds. They let go of Drake for Chase Edmonds because he played good last year. So they let go of Drake, and Chase Edmonds is the guy. So, I mean, he has to step up. Like I said, they let go of Drake, and I like Kenyon Drake there. I like them as a 1-2, but I don't know if it was money or what, or they just liked Edmonds as the guy. Maybe that was the case. But yeah, he's number 1 right now.
This gonna be a close game, and as far as my play, I'm gonna take Arizona +3 on the road. I just think getting Matt Prater is gonna be a huge difference for that team. Huge difference because it's a lot of times that they were in field goal position last year, and they either had to go for it on 4th down because they couldn't trust their field goal kicker to kick a 40 or 45-yard field goal. So this changes everything for them, in my opinion. Long as they take care of the ball, like I said, don't make mistakes. But I don't think Tennessee's defense is that great enough to stop them like that and dominate the game. You know, so I'm gonna give Arizona a +3 shot in this game because they can win on a field goal. Like I said, game-winning field goal by Prater.
No, I like it. I think this is one of the closer games on Sunday we'll have. Come down to a field goal, like you said. It could go either way here. But I actually like the Titans here. I like the addition of Julio. I think Henry still has a lot left in the tank. It probably is about his 3rd year. But I think with the addition of Julio, you're not going to be able to stack the box against them like you have done in the past. I think Julio has enough left in the tank with A.J. Brown on the other side that you're going to have to play them fair. You're going to have to respect the pass because you're going to have to respect Henry, and they're going to play action off of that. And Julio still, even if A.J. Brown will be the burner if they do it right. Julio's still a big target in the red zone. I mean, he still can jump. He's still, 6'6", 6'7", 6'5", maybe. Big body, crazy athletic. So I think he'll be a great target in the red zone. I think play action is going to be amazing for Tannehill. He takes care of the ball. He doesn't turn it over a lot. And coaching wise, I think Tennessee has the edge. I love Vrabel. I've been saying this on your show and my show for the last couple of years. Yeah. I would have kept Vrabel and fired Bill the year Vrabel left to come take over Tennessee. So I think they have the coaching edge. I think defensively they're going to be good. I love the safety Bird. Is it Bird or Bynard? Bynard.
I think it's Bird.
Bird. B-Y. I think it's Bird. I like the defense. They're probably a middle of the pack defense, or 10, 11, 12-ish. And I think that'll be just enough. I kind of forgot Arizona did get A.J. Brown. We'll see A.J. Green. We'll see what he has left in the tank. That's probably a really good addition. I'm not sold on the defense yet, though. I'm not sold on the defense being able to go on the road and stop a potent offense in a hostile environment week 1.
The offense that potent? You think their offense is that potent?
Yeah, I think they have a tough offense to stop. I wish I had the numbers right in front of me. What did they average the game last year? I think they
averaged 29.
I was gonna say 27. So yeah, I think that's a pretty damn potent offense. 29 points a game should win you a lot of games. I think if they score 29, I don't think Arizona's going to score 30, 31. I don't think they'll get in the 30s. If they do get in the 30s, then they probably will win. Because Tennessee, I mean, their offense isn't that potent. I agree with you. They're not going to score 35, 37. I don't think they're that capable because one, they run the ball. So that's not even the kind of games they want to even play. You know, they want to run the ball, play action, and then hit you over the top and play good defense. So that's not even their forte. Whereas Arizona, you know, Cliff Kingsbury, they want to open it up and slang it all over the place. So I think it will be a tight game. Like I said, if it gets in the 30s, I think the Cardinals win. If it stays in the 20s, I think Titans win. I'm going to take the Titans. I like the money line. I don't like the -3. Because I do think it'll be a tight, close game. Just going to depend on how much that offense is clicking in Arizona. If they can slow that pass down, if they can slow Kyler Murray and them down, I think they're capable. I'm liking, you know, 27, 24, 27, 21. You know, that kind of ball game. If we get in the 30s, I don't see Tennessee scoring over 31 points. So if we get in the 30s, they're in trouble. So I'll take the Titans on the money line.
It's an interesting stat. Arizona, all their road games last year went under the total. All 8.
52 is kind of high. But like I just said, even at 20, what's 27, 24? That's 51. So that's still too close. I'd stay away from that total. That total is close.
I ain't taking no totals first week.
You know what? I seen a parlay on while I'm looking for the next game on fucking ESPN. Somebody took all college unders, 14-leg parlay, all unders. $10 won like 7,000 or 10,000. I don't know. That whole hit though. All unders. 14 unders. Like what the fuck? That's like it almost gives me hope, but it's like I would have never done that. You know what I'm saying? Like not in my wildest bet combination that I could throw out there. What I just did, 14 unders. I'm like, no way that's gonna fucking hit. Boom, cash.
Well, see, I think a lot of times, me and you, we play to make money. Some people just play just to play with their money, and they'll just do anything just to see.
Yeah, I mean, you know, some people got money to play with.
Yeah,
even though you know, $10, it was a $10 ticket. So you know, that was a long shot. I get it, but that motherfucker cash, that shit is fucking bananas. All right, let's keep it moving. We're almost. I don't know if we're almost.
We're not. We're not almost nowhere.
About halfway. Well, I only have like 4 or 5 more games.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said, I left out like 3 games or so. All right, we got the Chargers. Huh?
This is a good one.
Yes. We got the Chargers. They're going on the road to take on the Washington football team. The line is a pick'em, and the total is at 44.5. Injury report for the Chargers. You got Balaga, the tackle. He has a groin. He's been upgraded to probable. And Eckler is questionable, the running back with a hamstring. For Washington, you got Samuel, a receiver. He's questionable. And that's it. A couple actual factors for the Chargers. They're 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games. 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games. 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games against Washington. 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games when playing on the road against Washington. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games against an opponent from the NFC conference. 12-2-1 ATS in their last 15 games against an opponent from the NFC East division. The total has gone under in 6 of their last 6 games played in September, over in 6 of the last 7 games played on the road, over in 9 of the last 13 games overall. Washington, They're 6-2 ATS in their last 8, 7-13 straight up in their last 20, 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games when playing at home against the Chargers. 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games played in September. 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games when playing as an underdog. The total has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games when playing at home on a Sunday, under in 5 of the last 5 played on a Sunday, and under in 5 of the last 6 games played overall. Chargers at Washington. Pick them. What you got?
I think I'm gonna ride with the Chargers because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of their losses last year were decided by 7 points or less. So that
I feel like that happens every year with this team, though.
Well, I'm a believer in Justin Herbert. I know that. And
I agree. I am too.
they did make a coaching change as well. They have a new coach out there because Anthony Lynn was making questionable decisions at the end of games, which probably cost him a couple games or so. I remember off the top of my head, he made some, not taking a timeout, not challenging this, a couple key, situations I remember off the top of my head last year that he probably let go. So it's probably the reason why he's not there anymore. So, yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Chargers, man. I just think Washington don't have the quarterback. The defense is there. Don't get me wrong. I like the defense.
Fitzmagic? You're not a believer?
No, that's why he's a journeyman because he's not consistent. He'll win you a game or two, but he ain't gonna go lead you to no playoff run. So I'm gonna take, like I said, the Chargers. They were first in total plays last year, 70 plays. They averaged a game last year. So, like I said, the problem wasn't the offense. Like I said, it was just questionable decisions on the coaching staff.
They were injured a lot too. I think Bosa missed
they
a lot
were
of
too.
the
Their
year.
defense was banged up.
I think Ingram missed a lot of the year. Derwin James missed a lot of the year. They were real banged up.
Yeah, they were, and they gave up more points than they scored. So, like I said, you know how concerning that is when it comes to both sides of the ball. So they're going to have to fix that. And maybe that was a reason why, like we just said, the defense was banged up. So if that changes, I see the Chargers making a nice little run, bro. I'm thinking they could go get the wild card if everything falls into place. But as far as this game starting it off, yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers on the road.
I like this Charger team. Like you said, I am a believer in Justin Herbert based off what we saw last year. I do think this defense was banged up. Bosa's back. I don't know who they got to replace Ingram. That hurts. But you do get Derwin James back at safety, the safety from Florida State, if everybody don't remember how big he was a few years ago. But I don't like the new coach. It's not that I don't like the new coach. I don't like that they're going on the road with a pretty much a rookie quarterback. I mean, he played last year in the middle of the season, but and he looks phenomenal. But it is him learning a completely new system. And that Washington defensive line, bro, it's amazing. And they're going to be on his ass. And I'm pretty sure Chase Young is going to get a sack, maybe 2.
Think so?
He might be my pick for Defensive Player of the Year, early candidate. I love Chase Young, bro. He's a beast.
No, he's the truth.
He's a beast, bro. And I think I'm honestly gonna pass on this game. I want to take Washington. I'm just not. As much as I like Fitzpatrick, the journeyman, the quarterback, what he stands for, I would go in a bar fight with Fitzpatrick in a back alley. That's the dude you want with you. But he's so fucking inconsistent. He might start out the first 5 games lighting their ass up. But it's only a matter of time before he plays the next 6 games like a bottom league quarterback. And You know, that's why he is a journeyman, as you said. So I don't trust him offensively. If he just takes care of the ball, they'll probably win a lot of games. But he's a gunslinger at the end of the day. And that defense for the Chargers is going to be good. And Herbert could light their ass up. I just think he's going to be getting harassed all day. I don't know how good that Chargers line is. So I want to take the under, but I'm also scared that he could light their ass up. So
I mean, he threw for 4,000 yards last year, bro.
I know. I really like Justin Herbert. I really respect him. Like you said, I am a believer. I think the Chargers made a good decision. So I don't have a play on this game. It's too tough to make a decision either way. There's plenty of action out there. One thing I have learned is to not force it. So don't need to make plays where I'm not sure. So to be honest with you, I don't have a play on this one. I lean Washington, and I lean under. I think we'll get two good defensive outputs, but Chargers have a better offense, or at least a better quarterback anyway. So,
but they have the better offense.
Yeah, I agree. They have the better
Definitely.
offense. But that offense being on the road, Chargers at home, I take the Chargers. But on the road,
Washington can't run the ball either. They can't run the ball.
I think they'll be okay with Gibson and I can't think of the other running back. But see, it's just the Chargers defense. I think it's going to be good. I think they'll be a top 10 defense.
Yeah, they should be.
With Bosa and Derwin James back. And I think Washington will probably have to throw the ball. And like you said, man, Fitzpatrick it's a guess, man. I mean, he could come out there and light it up, and he could come out there and throw 3 interceptions. But he's had multiple 3 and 4 touchdown games. So, I mean, he does have the nickname Fitzmagic. So, it's just like, he's 50-50. You never know what you're going to get. So, gotta pass, man. I gotta pass. As much as I hate doing that, but there's plenty of games. He's giving out plenty of plays. So, and I got to be honest with myself and with our viewers and bettors. I don't have it's tough, man. It's fucking close. The total's close. The line is a pick. I don't know which way to go in this game. I really like the Chargers, but I don't know if I like them on the road against this defense in that stadium. Opening week 1, every stadium is going to be freaking loud. I don't know. So, going to have to pass. Going to have to pass on this. But I got you down for the Chargers. Pick them.
Yeah, I got Chargers.
All right, let's keep it moving to another interesting game, I think. We got the Seattle Seahawks, our boy, my boy, your boy. Even my fucking wife likes this guy. Mr. can do no fucking wrong. Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks going on the road to take on Winston. The Colts. The line is the Colts +3. Total is at 50. Injury report for the Seattle Seahawks. We got everybody's healthy. I'm not naming the IR guys because they're not important. I don't know who they are. For Indy, we got T.Y. Hilton. He's on IR?
Yep.
Oh, wow. I know he was hurt, but I didn't know he was on IR. Oh, wow.
Their whole team is decimated.
I did not know that. I knew Xavier Rhodes. He's questionable. Undisclosed. I hate undisclosed. Like, you can't tell me what's wrong, bro. Wentz is upgraded to probable. How do they get away with that shit? Like,
why you can't tell me what's wrong?
I don't understand how you can get away with that. I thought it was a rule, like you gotta stay what the fuck it is. Xavier Rhodes, undisclosed. Wentz upgraded to probable. Kelly, the center, COVID, he's upgraded to probable. Pascal, the wide receiver, has been upgraded. He has COVID. Oh, they got a lot of COVID issues. They're like the least. Okay, I remember. They're the least vaccinated. One of the least vaccinated teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, those are the injuries for the Colts. Factual, Seattle. They're 2-5 ATS their last 7 games. 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games. 3-6 ATS their last 9 games against Indianapolis. 0-5 ATS their last 5 games on the road. 7-2 straight up in their last 9 games against an opponent from the AFC conference. 8-1 straight up in their last 9 games played in September. 1-4-1 ATS in their last 6 games played week 1. Total gone over in 8 of the last 7 of 7 gone over in 7 of Seattle's last 8 games against the AFC South Division, and under in 7 of the last 9 games in general. The Colts, they're 11-5 straight up in their last 16. 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games at home. 5-0 ATS in their last 5 games against an opponent from the NFC. 4-2 straight up in their last 6 games played in September. 0-7 straight up in their last 7 games played in week 1. The total has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games when playing as an underdog, and over in 6 of the last 7 playing against an opponent from the NFC, and over in 9 of the last 13 games in general. Seattle Seahawks at the Colts +3. The total is at 50. What do you got?
The Colts have too much going on their
Yes, they
team.
do.
And if I'm just to go by that, they ain't gonna have no players to play. And going against Russell Wilson, that's not the thing to do. Even though Seattle's defense had some problems last year, man. They gave up 377 yards. They allowed 70 total plays, so they were on the field the longest. They allowed 23 first downs, which is the worst in defense last year. So they need to fix some issues on that side of the ball, make some stops, get some 3 and outs, because they wearing down out there. I saw Jamal Adams got his money, so he got what he wanted.
Dwayne Brown just got his money, I believe.
Okay, well, maybe they're gonna fix the issues that they have. But to cap this game, I'll take Seattle on the road because I just don't believe in the Colts right now. Even though the defense is, he gave up right at 22 points a game last year, which is not bad. They had 25 takeaways, so they do take the ball away. They get turnovers. But the offensive side, like I said, Hilton's out. Who says Carson Wentz is going to play? It's just too much uncertainty for me to take the Colts in this game. Maybe I'll see something different once they start playing, but just going off what I'm going off from last year, and like I said, new quarterback, new system, all that just uncertainty, man. I like Seattle's consistent, you know what I'm saying? So I would take the more experienced team in this game. So Seattle on the road, money line.
All right. We didn't see Wentz this preseason, did we?
I didn't.
I don't remember him. Did he play? Or did the foot keep him out? I don't remember him playing this preseason. I can't remember.
I don't
Probably
think he did.
Watch any Colts games this preseason. But yeah, man, I agree with you. The Colts just got too much. They dealing with COVID. They got injuries. Their best receiver's not there. They got a new quarterback. It's just too much going on. As much as I do like that defense, and I think Buckner is the best linebacker in the game right now, or definitely top 3, I can't trust the offense. I don't even trust Wentz if he's healthy, to be honest with you. He has to show me. He's had one good season in the NFL, and it's like we've been waiting on him to duplicate that since, and he hasn't done it. So there's no reason for me to believe that he will. And until I see that, I'll take my chances with Seattle. Only thing that scares me, Seattle always plays close games. For some strangers, I mean, like you said, you named it, their defense gave up a lot of points last year. I don't know if that defense got better. They signed Jamal Adams, who was an amazing safety, but who else did they bring in to help the pass rush? Wagner's a year older. I still think he's one of the better linebackers in the game, but probably not top 5 anymore. Maybe still top 10. I'm sure he'll still make some plays. But I do think the offense for Seattle has gotten better. Obviously, they produce more now. You got Russ, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett. If Chris Carson can fucking stay healthy for a season, they have a great run game and passing game. But I think they just gave Dwayne Brown his money. Um, but I think they're going to have the same old fucking issue is they can't protect Russ long enough. He's going to have to run for his life, and Pete Carroll's going to come with the same fucking offense that just keep the game close, and then Russ in the fourth quarter with a minute left go win the game. So I can't take the -3 because of that philosophy. But Russ will go win the damn game. So I'll agree with you and take the money line. Too much going on in Indy right now. Too much uncertainty, injuries, COVID. I can't put my money on that kind of drama and not drama, but just they're all over the place right now to me. Too much to deal with versus just playing football.
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep it on going. We're getting there, LJ. Next game, we got the Baker Mayfield and the Browns. They're going on the road to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. The line opened up at -6. Totals at 54.5. Injury report for Cleveland. You got Clowney. He's questionable with an illness. That doesn't sound good. Williams, the cornerback, he's upgraded to questionable. Davis is the receiver. He's on a suspension. He's out for 2 games. Delpit, the safety, he's been upgraded to questionable. And Kansas City's injury report. Running back Williams, concussion. He's been upgraded to probable. And Edward Hilaire, the Fresh Prince of Hilaire, he's been upgraded to. What the hell is making this noise right now? Can you stop that? What are you doing? You're not even open right now. All right, excuse me. Fresh Prince of Hilaire, he's been upgraded to a probable. Actual factors for Cleveland, they're 12-5 straight up in their last 17. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games against Kansas City. 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games against Kansas City. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games on the road. 4-1 ATS their last 5 games on the road when playing against Kansas City. 1-7 straight up in their last 8 games against an opponent from the American League, American Conference West. 5-12-1 straight up in their last 18 games played in September. The total has gone over in 5 of Cleveland's last 7 games against an opponent from the AFC. Kansas City, they're 1-9-1 ATS in their last 11 games. 12-2 straight up in their last 14 games. 15-2 straight up in their last 17 games at home. 1-4 ATS their last 5 games when playing at home against Cleveland. 18-2 straight up their last 20 games against an opponent in the American AFC. 5-2 ATS their last 7 games against an opponent from the AFC North Division. The total has gone over in 5 of their last 5 games played in Week 1, over in 14 of the last 20 games played in September, but under in 4 of the last 6 games played against Cleveland. The Browns at Kansas City -6. What you
got? I'm gonna ride with the home team, of course, Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Offense is just, I just think it's just too potent, man. They led the league in first downs last year, 25 a game. Total yards, the first 414 yards a game. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, he's top 2, arguably top 1 quarterback in the league right now. I mean, I don't see the Browns giving him any type of resistance to have them see a favor, some type of advantage. They will be different this year, though. They have some key additions I think will be, on the defensive side of the ball, per se. They gave up 373 yards last year, so they're going to have to, do something about that. That's just too many yards you're giving up. And red zone on defense, they were allowing 4 attempts a game, so your opponent is getting to the red zone at least 4 times a game. So I think that's going to have to be different as well. As far as this game, I'm going to take Kansas City. I'm going to ride with Kansas City all the way to the Super Bowl probably because they've been there the last 2 times. So what's going to be any different? What have they shown you that's going to be any different this time? So I think that total's a little bit high, though. 54, that's a high total. So I might be thinking about the under on that one.
Yeah.
But as far as that, Kansas City, man, -6. That's my play.
Yeah, I feel you. I pretty much agree with you. I wish the line was at 7.5. Then I'll take the Browns. But I think under a touchdown, because I can see this game maybe even being tied going into the fourth quarter. Maybe the Browns are running the ball, keeping Kansas City off the field. This is best case scenario for the Browns. And then fourth quarter, or best case scenario up until what I'm about to say. And I can see fourth quarter, they go up and score a touchdown at 7 easily. So that kind of scares me because I just don't think 6 is enough points for the Browns. But they have the perfect game plan to beat the Chiefs. Run the ball, keep Patrick Mahomes in that offense on the sideline. They got 2 magnificent running backs, dynamic receivers. It all boils down to which Baker Mayfield are we going to see. Are we going to see a Baker Mayfield that is grown and not going to turn the ball over and is going to be a little bit more than a game manager? You can't be a game manager and beat Patrick Mahomes. At some point, Baker Mayfield is going to have to make the throws to win the game because no lead is necessarily safe with that offense. We know they can score any point at time from any point on the field. So that scares me. 6 is enough to keep me off the side, but I do like the under, as you said earlier, because I do think the Chiefs win this game, but I do think it'll be under 54.5, simply just because the Browns' game plan is going to be to run the ball and keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline for as long as possible.
Can they do that?
That's what I was going to say. So as long as the game is tight, which kind of makes me want to take the first half under. If I can, let me see, I'm looking it up now. If I can get it at like 28, that would be great. It said 26.5. I don't like it.
I just don't.
26.
I just don't see Baker Mayfield going into Arrowhead Stadium and
I don't see him. I definitely don't see him winning this game at all. No. I don't see him winning this game at all. Covering 6 is a different story. Winning the game, no way. I don't.
I think the Chiefs.
I think it's possible with that team. I mean, he has weapons all around him: tight end, receiver, running back, a good defense. He has all the makings to beat this team at home. But I don't know if he's ready to go in there and do that. I don't know if they trust him to go in there and do that. Like, are they going to open the playbooks up like that for him?
No.
So that's another question as well. Like,
are they
going to let him throw the ball that way? Because, I mean, it's going to be open. They're going to try to stop Chubb and Hunt. He's going to have plenty of opportunity one-on-one with Landry and Odell on the outside. Can he make the throws, and will they call the plays for him to make those throws? I don't know the answer to both those questions. But I do know they're going to try to run the ball, play defense, keep it tight. So I do think that plays to the under. I do think even if the Chiefs get out, it could be a blowout, which can still play to the under because I think we can get like a 30-21. You know what I'm saying? 31-21, even on the blowout side. So I like the under 54.5 here. I'm going to ride with that.
Okay. I'm going to ride with the 6 because Kansas City have covered 4 straight opening games. So I'm going to ride the trend.
I got you. That's going to be a tough game, though. Well, at least I think it should be a tough game. We'll see. If the Browns are what everybody say they are. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
We'll see. Next game on the docket is the Dolphins. They're going to roll to take on the Patriots. The line is at the Pats -3. Totals at 43.5. Injury report for the Dolphins. Everybody looks healthy. A couple IR people I'm not going over. New England, Hunter Henry is probable. And that's all I see there. A couple actual facts. Miami is 9-3 ATS their last 12 games. 9-3 straight up in their last 12 games. 7-13 straight up in the last 20 games against New England. 5-2 straight up in the last 7 games on the road. 1-11 straight up in the last 12 games when playing on the road in New England. 11-4 ATS their last 15 games against an opponent in the AFC. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games against an opponent from the AFC East. The total has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games played in September. New England. They're 14-6 straight up in their last 20 games at home. 11-1 straight up in their last 12 games at home against Miami. 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games played in Week 1. 5-2 ATS in their last 7 games played on a Sunday. The total has gone under in 6 of New England's last 9 games played in September. Under in 4 of New England's last 6 games played against an opponent from the AFC. Under in 5 of New England's last 7 games played against Miami, and under in the last 6 of their last 8 games in general. Dolphins at Pats. What you got?
I think we talked about this on the last show when we were previewing this division, that I'm going to take Miami to win this game on the road. I just think the defense is better. I think the offense, New England's offense, is going to be limited with a rookie quarterback. And I just don't think they have the weapons to score and keep up with Miami. Because New England gave them more points than they scored last year. But I guess the people coming back on their defense should make a difference, because they did give up 353 yards last year on defense. So that's not a Bill Belichick defense per se. Even though Miami gave up 367. So they wasn't much better. It's just the fact that the takeaways. Miami was number 1, 29 takeaways in the league. So what was that?
Man, I don't know. It just keeps like popping up, bro.
Them ads.
Yeah, like stupid shit.
Well, Miami was number 1 in takeaways, like I was saying, 29. So that helped a lot of their wins. Their defense got them in position to score, field goal, touchdown, close, red zone, whatever the case may be. So I think that the defense, that same element will happen this first game in New England. I think Mac Jones is going to have to get on his feet a little wet, you know what I'm saying, get some experience out there, get to see, the game at a live type field with all the good players, the whole team fully staffed. So I'm going to ride with Miami, even though I'm not high on Tua, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's just going to go out there and throw the ball down the field. I just feel with a balanced attack that I feel Miami has with their offense and defense. Experienced head coach. I like Mike Flores. I think he's going to give Bill Belichick a nice little heads up, pound for pound type grind out game. So I'm going to take Miami on the road as a dog, plus the 3.
All right, Miami plus 3. I like Brian Flores, and the GM. I can't think of who's the GM over there. They've done a great job rebuilding Miami. Flores came from that Bill Belichick tree. He's a disciple.
Okay.
Student not gonna beat the teacher here though. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
The Pats are 11-1 straight up in their last 12 games against Miami at home, and 14-6 straight up in their last 20 games at home in general.
Was that all Tom Brady though? Was that Tom Brady?
Well, I mean, at least 4 or 5 of those games were Cam, or at least 2. I'm sorry. Well, 11-1, 2 or 1 because they were at home. 1 was at.
I think a lot of those
Miami.
were Tom Brady.
But the 14-6 in their last straight up 20 at home, half of those games was 8. 8 of that 14 was Cam and the bunch. That's not just against Miami. 14-6 straight up in their last 20 at home. So that's a whole season last year.
I got you.
So at least 8 of those was Cam. And I'm probably a little higher on Mac Jones than you is.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be I think he's going to be okay. I think he's in a perfect system with the perfect offensive coordinator. He was a perfect fit. And I'll be damned if you don't think Saban talked to Bill Belichick, because they tight like that, and told him that Mac Jones was ready. And I think he is ready for that system. I think that defense, you said it earlier, that defense is going to be 10 times better than it was last year, because half of their team fucking sat out because of COVID. So you got that coming back. They gave Mac Jones some better weapons. The offense will be better. I don't think it'll be all that much better, but it will be better. They have more weapons. Tua, it's no knock on Tua. I like Tua, but Bill Belichick confuses young quarterbacks, and that's just what it is. So we did pick this game. I picked the Pats to win this one, and then them to lose the last game in Miami. So I'm going to stick with my play, and I got the Pats. I do have them on the money line because I think this will be a tight game. Because we got two offenses that I don't expect to score a bunch of points. I really kind of want to take the under, but 43 is just really, really low. I wish I could get like a 45, 46, but 43 is a little too low. I think it still probably go under. I think we're really looking at a 2021, 2017. But you never know. 21-24 beats you. So I stay away from it. I really want to go under. Lean toward the under, and I got Pats on the money line. That's what I
Miami
like
plus
there.
3.
Miami plus the 3, and I'm on Pats on the money line. All right, let's keep it going. We got the Denver Broncos. They're going on the road to take on the New York Giants. The line opened up at the Giants plus 3. The total was at 41.5. Injury report for Denver is Chubb has been upgraded to probable. Noah Fant has been upgraded to probable. The Giants, see here, Ingram's been downgraded to doubtful, the tight end. Cornerback Jackson is questionable. Galladay is questionable. Saquon is questionable. I'm going to assume these people are going to play, though. But they're all questionable as of right now. Actual factuals for Denver. They're 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games. 4-1 ATS in their last 5.
I was just cut off. Can you still hear me? Mic check.
Yes.
Just making sure. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games against the Giants. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games on the road. 2-4 straight up in their last 6 games when playing on the road against the Giants. 3-6 ATS in their last 9 games played in September. The total has gone over in 7 of Denver's last 9 games against an opponent from the NFC East. Over in 5 of the last 7 games against an opponent from the NFC Conference. The Giants. 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games. 4-2 straight up in their last 6 games playing at home against Denver. 1-7 ATS in their last 8 games played against an opponent from the AFC. 3-7 ATS their last 10 games against an opponent from the AFC West. 3-12 straight up in their last 15 games played in September. The total has gone under in 4 of the Giants' last 5 games played in week 1. Under in 5 of New York's last 6 games at home, and under in 7 of the last 7 games, generally speaking. Denver at New York, plus 3 with the total at 41.5. What do you got?
Denver's defense allowed 30-plus points in 9 games last year. That means that Von Miller, wasn't he hurt most of the season?
Yes, Von Miller and Chubb, I believe, both were.
That's why 9 times the defense gave up 30-plus points. Wow. And I see a lot of red over here going through my stats. They gave up 367 yards.
Defense was awful. Like I said, Chubb was hurt. Miller was hurt. And I think even the big D tackle, was it Harris? Big boy in the middle. I think he was hurt a little bit too. Then, they were unstable at quarterback with Drew Lock.
And they gave the ball away 32 times.
Sutton got hurt too, the receiver, the number 1 receiver. I think Noah Fant got hurt at tight end as well.
Yeah, so Denver had a lot of issues going on. And they, like I said, they turned the ball over 32 times last year. That was worse than the NFL. So until they fix that issue, I don't see them winning no games. Plus, who is their quarterback? Teddy Bridgewater is their quarterback. Okay.
Teddy B.
Gotcha. I think the defense will be better. I mean, all the players coming back, they should improve because I like their defense. You know, they've always been a serviceable defense, but it's just the offense ain't been able to score. As far as the Giants, I think they're a mirror image as well. Their defense is pretty good, but their offense is just horrible. And no Saquon just really hurts that offense, man. I mean, he is the horse that
He's
starts
questionable.
that. I mean, but he's not healthy, man. And it's just unfortunate. Because I think Saquon could be the best back in the league if he was healthy, man. Like, he's such like the way he runs, he runs like Barry Sanders to me. Like he's a split image of Barry Sanders to me, the way he runs. And he's fast, I think, than Barry. But all that said, I don't have a play on this game. I thought I had a play on pretty much every game, but you got one under me that I do not have a play on this game because it's too much uncertainty for me. If I had a lean, I would lean towards, I guess, Denver maybe because of their defense. I can trust their defense more, but they gave up 28 points last year and only scored 20. So that's an 8 points negative point differential. And the Giants gave up 22, only scored 17. So, I mean, there's no advantage either way for either of these teams. So I'm going to stay off of this one. I'm just going.
Okay. So I think if this Denver team was the same team they were last year, I'd agree with you. But I think they're not. I think the defense is going to be a whole lot better with Chubb and Miller back. And I also think I like Teddy B, man. I've always liked Teddy B since he was at Louisville. I liked him at Minnesota till he got hurt. I think he's just been getting raw deal after raw deal. Don't think he got much of a chance in Carolina, but I think it worked out for him. I think he's ended up, excuse me, in a better situation in Denver. I think Denver's a much better team than Carolina is, to me, in my opinion. I think he has better weapons as long as Sutton stays healthy. I like Noah Fant, the tight end. Then you got Melvin Gordon and the rookie, I think Williams, that they drafted at running back. I think this is going to be a really solid team. One thing about Teddy is he doesn't turn the ball over. That was one of your concerns with Denver last year. And that's one thing Teddy doesn't do. Now, Teddy doesn't go win you games. He's not going to go throw for 3-4 touchdowns, 400 yards a game. He's pretty much, I think he's a above average game manager. He can move a little bit, but he's careful with the ball. But he has playmakers. I love Jerry Jeudy. I think he and CeeDee Lamb are going to announce themselves to the rest of the world this year. Like I said, I like Noah Fant. I like Sutton. I like the Broncos. Only thing that concerns me is I don't know if Saquon's going to play. I don't know how healthy he is. I think if he's healthy, this game will be tight because, like I said, Teddy's not going to take off and blow you away and throw for 3-4 touchdowns. I think this would be a close, tight game. Both of these defenses will play. It'll be tight. But I do like the Broncos on the money line to go out here and go up to New York and get a win.
All right.
But I've told you, I'm kind of high on this Broncos team as a little sneaky wild card team. I think they'll upset some people. I'm going to keep my eye on this team during the season. I think they'll upset a lot of people. I really like that team.
I have to see more before I put my money on it.
I got you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, sir. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Next game we got on the docket is Chicago Bears. They're going on the road to take on the new look LA Rams. The line opened up at the Rams -7.5. The total is at 46.5. Injuries, no injuries for Chicago. For the Rams, you got Robinson. He's out indefinitely for a knee. Defensive tackle. That's not Sony Michel, is it?
Yeah, they traded him. They picked him up from New England.
Oh wow. Okay. Huh. He's probable. I didn't know that. And Henderson, he's questionable. The other running back for the Rams, he's questionable. Actual facts for Chicago, they're 3-6 ATS their last 9 games, 3-8 straight up their last 11 games, 6-3 straight up in their last 9 games against the Rams, 5-13 straight up in their last 18 games and playing on the road against the Rams, 2-4 ATS their last 6 games on the road, 1-7 straight up in their last 8 games against an opponent from the NFC. 4-1 ATS the last 5 games played in September. The total has gone under in 5 of the last 5 games against an NFC West opponent, but over in 5 of the last 7 games, generally speaking. The Rams, they are 13-5 straight up in their last 18 games at home against Chicago. 11-4 straight up in the last 15 games against an opponent from the NFC. 8-2-1 ATS in their last 11 games played in September. 5-1 ATS their last 6 games played in week 1. The total has gone under in 5 of LA's last 6 games against an opponent from the NFC North Division. Under in 8 of the last 8 games at home. Under in 6 of the last 8 games against Chicago. And under in 11 of the last 15 games. 15 games in general. Bears at Rams -7.5. Totals at 46.5. What do you got, LJ?
I have the Los Angeles Rams winning this game easily. And I think Matt Stafford is going to bring a different dynamic to that team. You know, he can get away from the rush. He can scramble. He's not a statue like Jared Goff is, pretty much. So Sean McVay is going to have a whole nother dynamic to that offense. There's so much more he can do now, and he's very creative, you know. So I believe that he's going to take advantage of Andy Dalton. Is that the Chicago Bears starting quarterback?
Yeah, they went with Andy over Fields.
Yeah, that's a mistake. So I think
I feel they'll bring Fields in, you know, maybe week 4 or 5, something like that, depending on how the season starts.
Well, regardless of the fact, the Rams defense is arguably the best in the league. They only had one opponent to score 30-plus points last year, and that was Buffalo. And I remember that game too, because the Rams were down, bro, and they came all the way back, and it was a pass interference in the end zone and stopped them from beating Buffalo. I remember that game. That was week 3 last year. I was at the sports bar, and I had money on that game. So that was the only time
I was there with you at, and
I think it probably was. Yeah, we was at 20.
Deep first half.
Yeah.
You can look up. They came all the way fucking back.
All the way back, bro.
I think I had the Bills that game.
That was the only game that they allowed their opponent to score 30-plus points. They held their opponent under 20 points 8 times last year. So, Rams defense, first in the league in total yards. They didn't even give up 300 yards a game last year. 292, best in the league. Yards per play, 4.7 on defense, first in the league. Didn't even give up 5 yards a play, dog. I mean, what more can I say? Rams, home, at SoFi. They're going to feast on Chicago, man. I feel sorry for Chicago. Andy Dalton might get hurt, man. We might see Justin Fields earlier than we project, bro. Because Aaron Donald and the boys, they gonna feast on these boys.
So you like the -7.5?
That's a lot. That is a lot. But
first half might be about 4.
I mean, I will do that. Whatever the first half is, I will take the first half.
Because
a full game, yeah, that is 7.5. Yeah, that's a lot.
First half is at around 4.
Yeah, I'll take that.
First half at 4 or full game at 7.5.
I'll take that.
First half.
Yeah, we already know the record for the Rams is since Sean McVay has been the head coach of that team, if they have a halftime lead, they have never let the lead go. They've never lost with Sean McVay if they lead at the half, bro. That's a crazy stat. But he's still there.
Never lost?
Never lost.
Huh.
If he got the lead at the half, he's never lost the game since he's been.
I'm gonna keep that in mind when I'm betting the second half.
That's just a nugget for everybody.
If the Rams are up second half, bet the Rams to win.
Bet the Rams, bro.
Okay.
You.
Good to know.
Definitely.
I do think the Rams will win this game. I'm with you. I don't know if they'll cover the 7.5. That is a lot of points. But I don't expect a lot from the Bears offense. Andy Dalton. I saw Andy Dalton in Dallas last year. Even though Dallas offensive line couldn't protect them, I don't think the Bears offensive line is I don't want to say too much better, but I don't think they're one of the better offensive line in the league. I'm not sure about that, but this Ram defense is on another level. I don't have a play on the side though. I'm going to take the under 46.5 because I just don't see the Bears scoring more than 2 touchdowns. Maybe 17 points is the max on their best day. So take away 17, that'll give you like 29 points left to play with for the Rams. So I can see that. I can see a 28-10, 21, 24, 10. I don't know. I don't think the Rams are going to pour it on like that. But I don't think the Bears offensively are going to be able to do too much. And the Bears still have a good defense. So I don't think they're going to just come out here and light up this Bear offense as well. As good as McVay is, the Bears do play good defense. You still got my boy on the defensive end or outside linebacker, whatever they have in there.
Matt.
Matt. So I definitely think the under here. I think that's the way to go. 46.5. I'll take that. Or I take a side. So that's the play for me. Excuse me. As we proceed, 2 more games left. All right, let's keep it going. We got the Baltimore Ravens. They're going on the road to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. That line opened up at the Raiders plus 4.5. Total is at 50. Injury report for the Ravens. We got
a lot of people.
Yeah, we got Lamar Jackson. He's in quarantine, but he's been upgraded to probable. Marquise Brown, he's probable. Hill, hamstring. Running backs, we know the running back situation. They're both out for the season. Hill and Dobbins. Bateman, he's out. The rookie. And a lot of people on IR for the Ravens. The Raiders, nobody of mention. They're all on IR. Baltimore, they're 7-1 ATS in their last 8 games. 6-1 straight up in their last 7 games. 11-4 ATS in their last 15 games against Las Vegas. 12-3 straight up in their last 15 games against Las Vegas. 6-2 straight up in their last 8 games on the road against Las Vegas. 5-1 ATS their last 6 games against an opponent from the AFC. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games against an opponent in the AFC West Division. Total has gone under in 6 of Baltimore's last 9 games when played in September. Under in 6 of Baltimore's last 7 games on the road, and under in 4 of their last 5 games in general. The Raiders, they're 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games. 2-5 straight up in their last 7 games. 2-6 straight up in their last 8 games when playing at home against Baltimore. 4-2 straight up in their last 6 games against an opponent from the AFC. 4-1 ATS their last 5 games played in week 1. And 6-1 ATS their last 7 games played on a Monday. Total has gone over in 6 of their last 6 games against an opponent from the AFC. Over in 7 of the last 8 games at home. Over in 5 of the last 5 games against Baltimore. And over in the last 5 games, period. Ravens against the Raiders, 4.5. Raiders plus 4.5, excuse me. Totals at 50.5. What do you got for?
Considering Baltimore have all those injury issues on offense, man, the Raiders could get this game because I don't think they have enough weapons on the outside to move the ball. I mean, they run a lot, man. They depend on the run game. They led the league last year. 192 yards a game rushing, almost 200 yards a game, 34 rushing attempts, which also led the league. So your running backs are depleted now. So where are those carries going to come from? So I think that's a major blow to this team because the defense can only do so much. Granted, they only gave up 18 points last year, which led the league. But, I mean, I don't see how they're going to move the ball. I really don't see it. The defense is going to have to really control this game. And Justin Tucker is probably going to have to use his foot a lot because, like I said, I don't think Lamar Jackson has the weapons to move the field without having a consistent run game as they depend on so much. But as far as the Raiders allowed 10 teams last year to score 30-plus points on them. So their defense gave up 30-plus points 10 games last year. I think that's the worst in the league, if I can see off my notes. So they're trash. Gruden, I don't believe in Gruden as a coach. I don't believe that he could be out for so long and come back and have a contributing mind in this league to scare anybody. You see what I'm saying? I mean, he ain't doing nothing nobody else has done. Plus your defense, like I said, giving them 29 points a game. That's 30 points a game that your defense giving up. So this is interesting, man. I don't know. I wanted to take Baltimore until I saw those injuries, and it scared me. It made me get off Baltimore, man. So right now I don't have a side. Maybe game day, I may change my mind. I may feel another way, but as of right now, I'm a pass just because of how hurt Baltimore is on the offensive side of the ball, man. I just don't trust them.
I think they're fine. They are hurt. DK Hobbins and the rookie Hill. That is a major blow to a running team that had, to lose 2 running backs. But they still got Lamar Jackson, and I think Gus Edwards is going to be more than capable. I watched him play last year. He's going to be more than capable to handle the load. They did pick up Le'Veon Bell. Probably won't get to use him this week, but
what is he going to do?
I think he'll be fine. I mean, I don't think he's old. I think he didn't get used in Kansas City, and I think the Jets were the Jets. So I don't think he's like old and washed up. I think he'll be okay in that system.
How many carries do you see him having a game?
Tomorrow? Sunday?
I don't care. Anytime he come to the game.
I mean, he's only going to be the third down or the second running back. Gus Edwards is going to be the starter.
So Gus is going to get all the carries?
Yeah, he's going to get the majority. I mean, he started several games for the Ravens last year.
So again, like I said, 34 rushing attempts a game. Lamar Jackson is probably 10 of those, right? At least 10, 9 or 10.
So that brings you to 24.
Okay, so Gus is going to get how many out of those 24?
If Gus gets 19, that's fine. Maybe even 15. He can split that with Le'Veon. That's fine. Gus started a couple games last year and averaged close to 100 yards a game. I know because I had him on my fantasy team. He's fine. They're going to be fine. I like the Ravens here -4.5. I'm not scared of it. The Raiders can't stop a nosebleed on defense. If you gave them the tissue and gave them directions on how to stop a nosebleed, they still couldn't do it. I think the offense is going to suffer because the offensive line is not going to be as good as it was last year. I can't remember who they let go, who they didn't pick up, but I think that's going to be key. And like I agree with you. I'm personally just not a believer in John Gruden. Like, what has he done? That Super Bowl he won, if I remember correctly, I was kind of young. That was Tony Dungy's team last I remember. It was Tony Dungy's players, Tony Dungy's team. After Tony Dungy left, he came in, won, and then he didn't win with that team again. And then, he took the Raiders team as far as he could take them, and they never got to a Super Bowl. So good Raider teams, Rich Gannon, Tim Brown. But Yeah, Jerry Rice, older Jerry Rice. I don't like that Jerry. Jerry Rice is a 49er, and we'll just leave it at that.
What was the running back? Tyrone Wheatley? Was that the running back?
Was it Wheatley?
I think it was.
Rich Gannon, Tim Brown.
I think it's Tyrone Wheatley.
I think Woodson there. Woodson was on that team on defense, if I'm not mistaken. He was. Charles Woodson was on that defense. That was the Brady Snow game, Raiders, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so man, maybe the Raiders win a Super Bowl for that shit. Damn, who knows? But yeah, they can't stop shit, and I like this Ravens defense, especially on the back end. That's their strong suit with Humphreys and who's the cornerback? Jimmy? Is it Jimmy? Not Jimmy. Is it Jimmy?
Ravens? Jimmy Smith?
Oh,
yeah.
Jimmy Smith? Jimmy? I think so. I don't know. But they got a good back end defensively. And like you said, they got the Bigfoot, Justin Tucker. So I believe in this team. I think they'll be fine. I think they'll go in the right Oakland and take care of business. I just think they're a better team. Even with the injuries at running back, I don't think it'll stop them because their scheme is the thing that gets them more than it is just having a dynamic running back. It's the respect that you have to pay to Lamar Jackson, and when how they leave the guy misblocked and then put him in this, the option where you have to make a read. That's more so how they're running the ball, scheme driven versus on having a dynamic running back. I think Gus Edwards would be more than capable. You still got Andrews, the tight end. They are thin at receiver, but again, that's not their forte. So I expect them to keep running the ball. I expect them to run all over this Raider defense. They still never short of the defense. So I like the Ravens.
Yeah.
Last game. Packers. I would say going into New Orleans, but they're not. This game is being played. Let me see. I can't remember. They moved it because of the hurricane, obviously. And this game is being played.
That's gonna make a difference too.
Big old difference. Saints losing that dome and that home field is huge. TIA, what is that? TIA Bank Field. Man, I can't remember where this. I want to say this game is going to be played in Florida somewhere. Is it Jacksonville? This game is going to be played in Jacksonville.
TIA Banquet Field?
Yeah, Jacksonville Stadium.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So, got the Packers, Aaron Rodgers and company. They say it's not a farewell tour, but Aaron and company in the last dance tour. They're going on the road to take on New Orleans. That line opened up at the Packers -4. Total is at 50. Injury report for the Packers is they're all good to go. New Orleans, on the other hand, they are pretty much looks like they're good to go. But I know they're thin at cornerback. Just signed Roby, apparently. I don't know how much he's going to play from Houston. Actual factuals. Green Bay, 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games. 2-5 ATS their last 7 games against New Orleans. 13-7 straight up in their last 20 games against New Orleans. 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games on the road. 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games against an opponent in the National Football Conference, NFC. 7-1 ATS their last 8 games played in September. Total has gone over in 12 of Green Bay's last 18 games against an opponent from the NFC South Division. Over in 5 of Green Bay's last 5 games against playing on the road against New Orleans. And over in 4 of Green Bay's last 5 games, generally speaking. The Saints, they're 8-1 ATS their last 11 games. 12-3 straight up their last 15 games. 6-2 straight up their last 8 games at home. 10-2 straight up in their last 12 games against an opponent from the NFC. 1-6 ATS in their last 7 games played in week 1. 7-2-1 ATS their last 10 games played on a Sunday. The total's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games against an NFC North Division opponent. Over in 5 of the last 5 games when playing at home against Green Bay. over in 9 of the last 10 games playing against Green Bay, but under in 8 of their last 11 games, period. Packers against the Saints +4 in Jacksonville. Total is at 50. What do you got?
Man, it's unfortunate that they're not in the Superdome, man, because I will be taking the Saints. I will be taking the Saints if they were in the Superdome. But the fact that they got to move to another field, get out of their comfort zone, and Michael Thomas is dealing with an injury, so I don't think he's going to be available for this game. It's just they're shorthanded and they're out of their element, man. And for you to play a team that averaged 31 points a game last year, which was first in the NFL, time of possession was 33 minutes, which led the NFL. I mean, I just think Aaron Rodgers has the Saints vulnerable, man. Plus, Jameis Winston, he's prone to make mistakes and turnovers. But the Saints defense is good. And they only gave up right at 20 points last year, was, good enough. They only gave up 300 yards total yards last year. So that was like top 3 in the league on defense. So their defense can take the ball away too, 26 takeaways. So their defense is good enough to make stops and get turnovers, get 3 and outs, things like that to get the offense back the ball. But I don't think Jameis Winston can be out of an element that he's comfortable in and go against an MVP candidate in Aaron Rodgers.
He's from Florida, isn't he?
Yeah, but that don't make a difference. The Saints got uprooted. They plan on playing this game at home in the Superdome with a raucous crowd. Saying it could probably distract Green Bay. Maybe the crowd could be a factor in making some calls here and there or so. But I just can't take the Saints anymore, man, because they're not at home. So I'm going to have to take Green Bay.
Minus the 4?
Nah. I'm going to take the money line. I'm going to stay straight up win. Because the Saints defense is good. They could cause some turnovers and probably get this game. So, or at least keep it close.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take.
I agree.
Game money on it.
I agree with you. I might have taken the points with the Saints, maybe, because I do like the fact that Jameis Winston can do something Drew Brees couldn't do, which is throw it downfield. So they did give the Saints a little bit of explosiveness that we haven't seen from them in a while. And you still had Kamara, you still had Michael Thomas till he got hurt. And you got Sean Payton, who's creative enough to draw up some schemes, things, get some guys open. They just let go of Latavius Murray over contract, over money disputes. I think they wanted him to take a pay cut. He chose not to, so they cut him.
It's all about Alvin Kamara. It's all about Alvin Kamara.
So now, right. So now it's all about Kamara. I think they'll still try to throw it, slang it. Like I said, Jameis, he can throw the ball. He can't score. The only thing sometimes he throws it to the wrong team. And so who knows if he cleaned that up? That remains to be seen. With that being said, I like the Packers minus the 4. I do like the over 50. I think, like you said, the Packers averaged 30 points a game last year. I think they'll get to the high 20s. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be on a point to prove with all that offseason shit that he went through with the Packers and, power moves and et cetera, et cetera. And they kind of set it up to be like a last dance, like, the Bulls, them had their final run, him and Devontae. I don't know if that's going to be the case. They're saying it's not, but it sure seems that way. I do know Aaron Rodgers is like a spiteful or prideful person. One of those I have a point to prove kind of people. So I expect them to come out and probably light it up. And I do think the Saints will be creative enough to score some points. So I like the over 50 here. Going to be my play.
Okay. I ain't mad at you. He is a gunslinger, so
over 50.
Points will be on the board.
I think
can
so.
see
As
that.
long as we got good weather, I think points to be scored. That's going to be my play. I do like the Saints defense, but I think they're thin at cornerback outside of Lattimore. They just signed Roby. I don't know how much he's going to play because I don't know how much he knows the defense. Unless they're going to say, "Hey, we're just going to play man," which I don't think you can do that against Aaron Rodgers. You got to mix it up. So I don't think he'll get too much playing time this week. I definitely lean over here. I think Jameis can give me 2 touchdowns. So if he can give me 14, I just need the Packers to give me 34, something like that, or a little more. I think the Saints can give me in the 20s though. If the Saints can get me in the 20s, I think I can get 31 out the Packers, or high 20s enough. Both teams in the high 20s to get over the 50. I feel good about the 50. I think I like the over here. I actually like the over better than the side. I'm going to make the over my official play instead of the side.
Okay.
So lean Packers, official play, over 50 on the total.
All right.
All right, man. That's week 1 in the books, my brother. Normally on Wednesdays, I don't have practice, so we'll start this a lot earlier. But Memorial Day kind of got all things out of whack, so I have to do a night show. But I appreciate you staying up with me, big dog.
All right.
That's all the games I got right now. Still got on the schedule to do a Sunday morning show. We broke all the games down, so I don't know. I guess we'll do a show based off if anything's changed, anything you want to double down.
We can do our best bets. Yeah, we can do our best bets.
Yeah, we'll come up with something. So we'll do a Sunday morning show around 10:30. No later than 11, no earlier than 10. We'll say about that. Want to give out your social and everything before we get up out of here?
No doubt, man. LJ from Houston, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Rawers Podcasts. We're going to be doing some shows, predictions. I'm going to give out my best bets, props, things like that. Just keep y'all tuned, man. We going to really pump out these shows to y'all. So make sure y'all hit that notification so y'all know when we come on so you won't miss us. So check us out. Rawers Podcast, LJ from Houston.
And as always, man, it is your boy, Marley Betts, and this is Brothers and Bets, first NFL show, man. We finally made it. We're here. Let's get this bread. Week 1 officially. I see you guys on Sunday. Probably do a baseball show tomorrow. LJ, you down?
Yeah, I'm always down.
All right. College show is done, man. Y'all go check out the college shows. I've already broken up some of the videos. I'll break up some more tomorrow. I'm going to chop this up into each game by game as well. But watch the whole show. You know what I'm saying? It's a good show. So why not watch it? Appreciate that, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. And on Sunday, just like any other day, the object is to always, what we going to do? Let's beat Vegas. And we out this month.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems. We gon' make a way. Got no